According to the Social Security Administration, what is the most popular time in which to take your benefit? I've done a video on this article before, but I want to rephrase this in terms of this. We're going to look at the Social Security life expectancy tool because this is going to play an important role in my upcoming book that you can retire on Social Security. And now that book not only shows you how you can retire on Social Security, but it's going to show you why a lot of people can't because of mistakes they made. And one of them is because they don't know the life expectancy, and they way discount their life expectancy, which means they're going to apply for Social Security well before they should. All right, so this from USA Today from last year, June 2019, from Motley Fool. They had put this on USA Today. And it boggles the mind, actually, that we've allowed people to make significant decisions based on faulty information. It just happens a lot. There's no other way around it. It's kind of like investing in bond funds, in a taxable account, in stock funds, and an IRA. It's just bad. It's just a lack of financial wherewithal and ignorance. And again, ignorance doesn't mean stupid, my friends. Literally, the definition for ignorance means I don't know. So if you don't know any better and you're following some of these guys on YouTube or in various magazines and stuff, and they're not telling you the true story, I don't blame you. I don't. And that's why I'm glad you're here, because I'll tell you the true story. You might not want to hear it, but I'll be happy to tell you it for sure. All right, so what's the most popular age to take Social Security, according to the Motley Fool, using the Social Security Administration? And what we see, I'm just going to go down to this right here. Age 62. Over a third of people take Social Security at age 62. Between 65 and 62, so before the full retirement age, my friends, we have 30, let's count, it's about 2/3 of people take Social Security at a reduced amount. 34 plus 6 plus 6 plus, it's 57% of the people take Social Security before full retirement age. Almost 2/3 of the population takes it there, which means a third of the people are getting a reduction of 25%. And if this continues on, they'll get a reduction of 30% for full retirement age if you were born in 1960 or beyond. All right, so why do they do that? All right, why do they take it so much earlier than full retirement age? Well, I think the premise is because they think they don't realize what their life expectancy is. So let's see. So a substantial portion of those who claim at full retirement age, currently between 66 and 67, are already receiving disability benefits that automatically convert to retirement benefits at that point. So even here, the reason why 66 is such a big number for people, it's not because people are making a smart decision. It's because they're on disability and their benefits automatically convert till their Social Security benefit, the retirement benefit at full retirement age. All right, so why? Why do we see this? And I'm going to show you why, because I just did a video on this just 2 seconds ago, but I'm going to show you again, because most people think their life expectancy is at 78 or 79 years old. I'm telling you, I see it all the time in the comments on my own channel. Well, you're only going to live to your 78, so you better take it early because you might not get any. It's simply not true. So I'm going to show you again, as I just did. I'm going to say your old buddy Josh. He's born April 5th, 1957. That'll make right today my earliest year of eligibility for Social Security. All right, so April 5th, 1957, which means I just turned 62, which means I can take my Social Security today if I want at a significantly reduced, but I still have access to it because it's my ELY, earliest year of eligibility. I don't know why they call it ELY. It should be EYL, but on socialsecurity.gov it says earliest year of eligibility. So I typed in that number and I say, oh, lo and behold, for a man age 62 today, I got another 21.6 years ahead of me, which means my life expectancy is 83.6. If I survive until I'm 66 and 6 months, which is my full retirement age, I'll have 85 will be my life expectancy. If I survive until I'm 70, it'll be 86 will be my life expectancy. Now remember, this is the average number of additional years a male born today from 1957 can expect to live. So that means some are going to die off beforehand, some are going to die off afterwards, but that's the average. So you got to look at you specifically. Are you the average? Do you smoke? Well, you could die earlier. Do you got diabetes? You could die earlier. Do you have a history of early termination, illness? A history of that in your family? Well, you could die earlier. Do you not smoke? You could die later. That right there can solve a lot of the problems right there. I mean, you can look at your own history of your own body and say, there's a good chance I'm going to survive because my mom was 96. My dad was 108,000 years old. I'm not likely to be the average, but even if I were, I still got 83.6 as my average life expectancy, which means some people are going to live well beyond that, a good amount as a matter of fact. So if you're using a number like 78 and you're in good shape and you're taking Social Security at 62 based on that, you're wrong, man. You're making a big, big mistake. And unfortunately, many people do, as we can see here, right here. I mean, we're talking the majority of people take their Social Security well before the full retirement age, 57%. And then a substantial portion of people, 17%, as a matter of fact, they tell us right here, 17% take it at their full retirement age, but only because they're already on disability, which means they took it well before 62 to begin with. And so I'm not going to do it on this, but all right, so let's just say I'm 62 right now, and I think I'm going to die at 78. So if I'm 62 and I'm going to die at 78, that means I have 16 years of life expectancy left. That's my faulty reasoning. Thus, I'm going to take Social Security early. Or I could wait till I'm 66 to take Social Security. I'm still going to die at 78 under my faulty reasoning, which means I only have 12 years left. Or I can wait till I'm delaying it until I'm 70 and take the full benefit with all those 8% delayed earnings credits and whatnot, but I'm only have 8 years of my faulty reasoning. So I can take it now, get 16 years, take it next, when I'm 66, get 12 years, or take it at 70 and only get 8. Well, a rational person is going to say, I'm going to take it now because I only have, 16 years left to live as opposed to waiting for less and less time. But that's bad because that's not the way it's going to shake out. Now let's go to a woman born the same day. We'll just say old Charlotte. She was born today, 1957. Her life expectancy is 86. So if she took it today under the auspices of having a life expectancy, it's only 78. And instead, I was able to convince her to wait until she's full retirement age. It doesn't create that life expectancy at 78. It makes it 87 years old, which is almost 10 more years of an average life expectancy with a woman who reaches 66 than what she initially thought, which means those Social Security benefits will pay her more for longer. You got to be careful. If you file early, you got to be careful. I'll put a link to the show notes of this tool because it's great. So much stuff on socialsecurity.gov. It's just wonderful. But I'm telling you, please you got to be careful here because once you file, it's going to be tough to relinquish those benefits, to defer. It's going to be tough because you're used to making that money. It's going to be tough to relinquish those benefits, even at a reduced amount, in order to defer to a later date to get it more bound. It's just going to be hard. So think about it very, very clearly before you file. All right, we'll see you next time.